The One Year Bible, the Living Bible paraphrased, May 29. 2 Samuel chapter 14 verse 1 through chapter 15 verse 22. When General Joab realized how much the king was longing to see Absalom, he sent for a woman of Tekoa who had a reputation for great wisdom, and told her to ask for an appointment with the king. He told her what to say to him. "Pretend you are in mourning," Joab instructed her. "Wear mourning clothes and dishevel your hair as though you have been in deep sorrow for a long time." When the woman approached the king, she fell face downward on the floor in front of him and cried out, "O king, help me." "What's the trouble?" he asked. "I am a widow," she replied, "and my 2 sons had a fight out in the field, and since no one was there to part them, one of them was killed. Now the rest of the family is demanding that I surrender my other son to them to be executed for murdering his brother. But if I do that, I will have no one left, and my husband's name will be destroyed from the face of the earth." "Leave it with me," the king told her. I'll see to it that no one touches him." "Well, thank you, my lord," she replied, "and I'll take the responsibility if you are criticized for helping me like this." "Don't worry about that," the king replied. "If anyone objects, bring him to me. I can assure you he will never complain again." Then she said, "Please swear to me by God that you won't let anyone harm my son. I want no more bloodshed." "I vow by God," he replied, "that not a hair of your son's head shall be disturbed." "Please let me ask one more thing of you," she said. "Go ahead," he replied, "speak." "Why don't you do as much for all the people of God as you have promised to do for me?" She asked. You have convicted yourself in making this decision because you have refused to bring home your own banished son. All of us must die eventually. Our lives are like water that is poured out on the ground. It can't be gathered up again. But God will bless you with a longer life if you will find a way to bring your son back from his exile. But I have come to plead with you for my son because my life and my son's life have been threatened. And I said to myself, perhaps the king will listen to me and rescue us from those who would end our existence in Israel. Yes, the king will give us peace again. I know that you are like an angel of God and can discern good from evil. May God be with you. I want you to know one thing, the king replied. Yes, my lord, she asked. I want to know one thing, the king replied. Yes, my lord, she asked. Did Joab send you here? And the woman replied, How can I deny it? Yes, Joab sent me and told me what to say. He did it in order to place the matter before you in a different light. But you are as wise as an angel of God, and you know everything that happens. So the king sent for Joab and told him, All right, go and bring back Absalom. Joab fell to the ground before the king and blessed him and said, At last I know that you like me, for you have granted me this request. Then Joab went to Geshur and brought Absalom back to Jerusalem. He may go to his own quarters, the king ordered, but he must never come here. I refuse to see him. Now no one in Israel was such a handsome specimen of manhood as Absalom, and no one else received such praise. He cut his hair only once a year, and then only because it weighed 3 pounds and was too much of a load to carry around. He had 3 sons and 1 daughter, Tamar, who was a very beautiful girl. After Absalom had been in Jerusalem for 2 years, and had not yet seen the king, he sent for Joab to ask him to intercede for him. But Joab wouldn't come. Absalom sent for him again, but again he refused to come. So Absalom said to his servants, "Go and set fire to that barley field of Joab's next to mine," and they did. Then Joab came to Absalom and demanded, "Why did your servants set my field on fire?" And Absalom replied, "Because I wanted you to ask the king why he brought me back from Geshur if he didn't intend to see me. I might as well have stayed there. Let me have an interview with the king. If then he finds that I am guilty of murder, let him execute me." So Joab told the king what Absalom had said. Then at last David summoned Absalom, and he came and bowed low before the king, and David kissed him. Absalom then brought a magnificent chariot and chariot horses, and hired 50 footmen to run ahead of him. He got up early every morning and went out to the gate of the city. And when anyone came to bring a case to the king for trial, Absalom called him over and expressed interest in his problem. He would say, "I can see that you are right in this matter. It's unfortunate that the king doesn't have anyone to assist him in hearing these cases. I surely wish I were the judge. Then anyone with a lawsuit would come to me, and I would give him justice." And when anyone came to bow to him, Absalom wouldn't let him, but shook his hand instead. So in this way Absalom stole the hearts of all the people of Israel. After 4 years, Absalom said to the king, "Let me go to Hebron to sacrifice to the Lord in fulfillment of a vow I made to him while I was at Geshur, that if he would bring me back to Jerusalem, I would sacrifice to him." "All right," the king told him, "go and fulfill your vow." So Absalom went to Hebron, but while he was there he sent spies to every part of Israel to incite rebellion against the king. "As soon as you hear the trumpets," his message read, "you will know that Absalom has been crowned in Hebron." He took 200 men from Jerusalem with him as guests, but they knew nothing of his intentions. While he was offering the sacrifice, he sent for Ahithophel, one of David's counselors who lived in Gilo. Ahithophel declared for Absalom, as did more and more others, so the conspiracy became very strong. A messenger soon arrived in Jerusalem to tell King David, "All Israel has joined Absalom in a conspiracy against you." "Then we must flee at once, or it will be too late," was David's instant response to his men. "If we get out of the city before he arrives, both we and the city of Jerusalem will be saved." "We are with you," his aides replied. "Do as you think best." So the king and his household set out at once. He left no one behind except 10 of his young wives to keep the palace in order. David paused at the edge of the city to let his troops move past him as he led the way. 600 Gittites who had come with him from Gath, and the Cherethites and Pelethites. But suddenly the king turned to Ittai, the captain of the 600 Gittites, and said to him, What are you doing here? Go on back with your men to Jerusalem, to your king, for you are a guest in Israel, a foreigner in exile. It seems but yesterday that you arrived, and now today should I force you to wander with us, who knows where? Go on back and take your troops with you, and may the Lord be merciful to you. But Ittai replied, I vow by God and by your own life that wherever you go, I will go, no matter what happens, whether it means life or death. So David replied, All right, come with us. And Ittai and his 600 men and their families went along. The Gospel of John, chapter 18, verses 1 through 24. After saying these things, Jesus crossed the Kidron ravine with his disciples and entered a grove of olive trees. Judas, the betrayer, knew this place, but Jesus had gone there many times with his disciples. The chief priests and Pharisees had given Judas a squad of soldiers and police to accompany him. Now, with blazing torches, lanterns, and weapons, they arrived at the olive grove. Jesus fully realized all that was going to happen to him. Stepping forward to meet them, he asked, "Who are you looking for?" "Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. "I am he," Jesus said. And as he said it, they all fell backwards to the ground. Once more he asked them, "Whom are you searching for?" And again they replied, "Jesus of Nazareth." "I told you I am he," Jesus said, "and since I am the one you are after, let these others go." He did this to carry out the prophecy he had just made. "I have not lost a single one of those you gave me." Then Simon Peter drew a sword and slashed off the right ear of Malchus, the high priest's servant. But Jesus said to Peter, "Put your sword away. Shall I not drink from the cup the Father has given me?" So the Jewish police, with the soldiers and their lieutenant, arrested Jesus and tied him. First they took him to Annas, the father-in-law of Caiaphas, the high priest that year. Caiaphas was the one who told the other Jewish leaders, "Better that one should die for all." Simon Peter followed along behind, as did another of the disciples who was acquainted with the high priest. So that other disciple was permitted into the courtyard along with Jesus, while Peter stood outside the gate. So that other disciple was permitted into the courtyard along with Jesus, while Peter stood without the gate. Then the other disciple spoke to the girl watching at the gate, and she let Peter in. The girl asked Peter, "Aren't you one of Jesus' disciples?" "No," he said, "I am not." The police and the household servants were standing around a fire they made, for it was cold, and Peter stood there with him, warming himself. Inside, the high priest began asking Jesus about his followers and what he had been teaching them. Jesus replied, "What I teach is widely known, for I have preached regularly in the synagogue and temple. I have been heard by all the Jewish leaders, and teach nothing in private that I have not said in public. Why are you asking me this question? Ask those who heard me. You have some of them here. They know what I said." One of the soldiers standing there struck Jesus with his fist. "Is that the way to answer the high priest?" he demanded. "If I lied, prove it," Jesus replied. "Should you hit a man for telling the truth?" Then Annas sent Jesus bound to Caiaphas the high priest. Psalm 119, verses 97 to 112. Oh how I love them, I think about them all day long. They make me wiser than my enemies because they are my constant guide. Yes, wiser than my teachers, for I am ever thinking of your rules. They make me even wiser than the age. I have refused to walk the paths of evil, for I will remain obedient to your word. No, I haven't turned away from what you taught me. Your words are sweeter than honey. And since only your rules can give me wisdom and understanding, no wonder I hate every false teaching. Your words are a flashlight to light the path ahead of me and keep me from stumbling. I've said it once and I'll say it again and again. I obey these wonderful laws of yours. I am close to death at the hands of my enemies. Oh, give me back my life again, just as you promised me. Accept my grateful thanks and teach me your desires. My life hangs in the balance, but I will not give up obedience to your laws. The wicked have set their traps for me along your path, but I will not turn aside. Your laws are my joyous treasure forever. I am determined to obey you until I die. Proverbs chapter 16, verses 8 and 9. A little gained honestly is better than great wealth gotten by dishonest means. We should make plans counting on God to direct us.